In tonight's Biz Blitz, Netflix to infinity and beyond. Now, I know, different movie. Netflix, though, hopes even bigger results. Now teaming up with the folks who brought you Star Wars to make the next Clone Wars. This animated Clone Wars thing is huge, especially with kids. Netflix's latest original programming that's increasingly putting the likes of rivals Showtime and HBO to shame. And a worthy Blitz kickoff tonight to Derrick, Kinney, and Shagalani on whether Netflix, with this latest launch, is a buy or a sell. Derrick, to you first. I mean, Netflix has had a tremendous role, tremendous ride, and a lot of people saying all the new original programming in the world doesn't justify the multiple. What are you saying?
Well, you know, what's interesting, Neil, what I like about Netflix is they're no longer just a video streaming company. While other companies have sort of searched for gold elsewhere, Netflix hit gold in their own backyard with content that people want and can't get anywhere else. They've done this a couple times now. They're sort of redefining themselves as they place not just for video, but for content people want. And as a stockholder, that can be very, very attractive. Keep in mind, it is fairly high right now, but betting on the come, if they can continue to reinvent themselves and add these other packages with their existing technology, this could be a stock to keep a very close eye on.
Do you think that in this universe, though, we talk about how this is an HBO and a Showtime killer, and that, Netflix has become the new king of this genre. That kind of thing can always be short-lived, right, Derrick?
It can, and keep in mind, technology is only as good as what have you done for me lately.
Very true.
We've seen this with Apple and with Netflix and so forth. As long as they keep delighting and entertaining their customer base, they're likely to develop a very loyal following. The moment the ball gets fumbled, though, brand loyalty can be eroded and they may look for the next best thing. Netflix has got a good momentum going. They've got to keep that going, though, to keep those customers wanting more.
GM is just the latest. It's announcing that it's going to recall 800,000 compact cars after some unexplained shutdowns. Here's the thing, though. These shutdowns have already caused 6 deaths. They're not quite the same story going on at Toyota, recalling nearly 2 million Priuses. It's said because of a software program that could freeze and cause the cars to stall. Normally, whenever you hear of recalls or unexplained fires, and it could be just a couple of cars, a couple of incidents, but one photo makes investors freeze, right? And one report gives them pause. I'm wondering whether this kind of news just casts a pall on the entire auto industry for a while, because people say, well, I'll just put my money in an area that doesn't seem to generate as many wacky headlines.
Yeah, and let's talk about investors first, but also talk about consumers, because ultimately they're the ones making decisions with their hard-earned dollars. What we've seen right now, Neil, is consumers demand excellence and quality and value. If those promises or that trust, if you will, is broken, if the company owns it, if the company with the recall says, look, we apologize, we made a mistake, consumers have proven to be very, very forgiving. But if a second occurrence occurs, brand loyalty erodes, they may start to look elsewhere. That can affect the consumer spending patterns, but also can drive the stock price down. Look at Boeing, some other companies that have reliability issues. When we have reliability concerns, people want safety and reliability. If those two things are not delivered consistently, people shop their dollars.
Guys, if you don't mind my switching gears, that instead of a nightcap, I focus on the weather. And a lot of people are saying that, and we're already seeing evidence of that, but retail sales froze last month, and now we're getting more indications that this weather is certainly hitting our productivity and maybe hitting our GDP, and maybe more significantly than we thought. We do know that even if you're outside these burdened winter areas, I mean, we already know, Derrick, that a lot of energy-related products have been soaring in price, natural gas among heat oil among them. And that goes for folks who might even be in sunny Florida. They're going to feel the impact, right?
This doesn't touch just one sector of the economy, Neil, and I think that's one thing for us to keep a big picture perspective on. Tomorrow morning, for example, one of my favorite reports comes out. It's called the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey. They're calling 500 people across the country. How do they feel about the economy? Will they spend money? And that's going to be insightful because it may give us a glimpse into how people are thinking about how the weather has affected their decisions. But especially big ticket items, flights, travel, we may not see gains in those until the second quarter. So again, let's keep it all in balance and not sell on any just blip of bad news.
All right, guys, I want to thank you both very, very much.